Breaking news. The invasive species are taking over. No one is safe. Run, hide. It's the end of the world.
One common myth about invasive species is that all invasive species are bad. Not all invasive species are hurtful. One example of a beneficial introduced species is the honeybee. The honeybee was brought over by Europeans when they colonized North America, and now they are a very important pollinator for most plant species.
Invasive species are capable of causing extinctions of native plants and animals, reducing biodiversity, competing with native organisms for limited resources, and altering habitats. This can result in huge economic impacts and fundamental disruptions of many ecosystems.
Invasive species can harm both the natural resources in an ecosystem as well as threaten human use of these resources. An invasive species can be introduced to a new area via the ballast water of ocean-going ships, intentional and accidental releases of aquaculture species, aquarium specimens, or bait, and other means.
Laws are being put in place to ban people from carrying non-native species across borders. The invasive species that are already in the environment are being removed and relocated back to their native countries. Non-native species that have already overpopulated are encouraged to be hunted for sport to reduce their numbers.
Some of the invasive species overpopulate and don't have any natural predators to help balance the scales. Approximately 42% of threatened or endangered species are at risk due to an invasive species. All organisms are being affected by this problem because it affects the food chain, which can either take away or add to their food source.
Still cons to invasive species, such as most of the time they don't have a natural predator to make sure that they don't overpopulate, and can cause other native species to be endangered or go extinct due to lack of food sources for the native species and introducing new diseases.
In conclusion, invasive species are not necessarily as bad as you might assume. Some invasive species, like the honeybee, serve as an important component in the ecosystem by pollinating plants. Furthermore, invasive species don't necessarily have to invade intentionally. They can hide out in ballasts of ships, invading host ecosystems so silently that by the time they are detected, they have already wreaked havoc on that ecosystem.
That's all, folks.